Hey, fifth graders. Okay, so today I'm allowed to be in the school, so I'm going to use the bigger whiteboard just so I'm not holding that little whiteboard trying to teach you guys. This is lesson 9.6, and this is very similar to lesson 9.5, so if you watch the video for that one, you should pretty much already know what you're doing. But basically, all we're doing is, again, we've got our charts, I guess, and you're just kind of figuring out, like, okay, what is the next number, or numbers in this case, on these charts, and like what sort of rules are we looking at here. So here we have, this has to do with fencing. This is number 1 on page 567. So it has to do with fencing, right? So it says for each section of fence, you have one fence, or each section is 3 posts and 6 rails, right? So that means that if you have 2 sections, then you have 6 posts, because you have twice as many as before, and 12 rails. And then section 3 is 9 posts and 18 rails. So you can already probably see your rule here. Basically, to go from this top number to the number of posts, what do we have to multiply by? Well, 1 times 3 equals 3, 2 times 3 equals 6, 3 times 3 equals 9. So over here we have 9, so we're just going to go times 3. 9 times 3 is 27. Hopefully you guys can see that. It looks like you should be able to. Okay, good. So then for this next one, of course, there's lots of different rules that we can look at, right? Of course, you could go from number of sections down to the number of rails. That would be 1 times 6. 2 times 6 is 12. 3 times 6 is 18. So that would work. You could also just double this number, so it's just times 2, right? So 3 times 6, or 3 times 2 equals 6. 6 times 2 equals 12. 9 times 2 equals 18. Either one of those rules works. So it's either going from here to here, which is going to be, is that, okay, good, times 6. Or you could just go from here to here, which is just going to be times 2. And you'll notice 3 times 2 equals 6, so it makes sense that that would work. It doesn't really matter which one you do. If you did 9 times 6, that's 54. If you do 27 times 2, that is also 54, so our answer here is going to be 54. Now, down below, and you'll excuse me, I have to kind of look over here. So it's basically, it asks you for 2 different rules. And any of these rules here that I've shown you would be fine. There's lots of other rules, of course, that we could stick in. You could just as easily have said, number of rails divided by 2 equals the number of posts, so 54 divided by 2 equals 27. Anything works. Makes the most sense, of course, to relate it to the number of sections, because that's what it tells you. So probably your best answer is going to be sections times 3 equals the number of posts. Sections times 6 equals the number of rails. But again, any rule that is valid is perfectly okay. So that'll give you that. That's pretty much all of that. This is a very short lesson. There's only just a few problems here. All of 6 problems, and most of them are pretty straightforward and pretty much exactly what I've just showed you here. Yeah, and again, the homework is a lot of the same. So this should be a pretty easy lesson. Hopefully this helps. If not, then obviously let me know. I'm doing the Google Hangouts / Google Meet, whatever it's called, every morning, except for Friday mornings. I try and maybe do it a little bit later, but pretty much every morning I'm doing it. And then also you can always ask questions on Seesaw, of course, or through YouTube if you happen to find this on YouTube. Anyway, hope that helps. Have a good day. Good luck with the math. Bye.